nervous. But thank you guys for coming out and giving us an opportunity to introduce ourselves and the team at Liberty Green as well. After we introduce ourselves, we'll be happy to take questions and answer any questions you may have. So again, I'm Amber Coughlin. This is Carlicia. She's also with Ludwig. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Carlicia McKissick Cabrera. I am the Regional Compliance Manager, so I'm the one that gets the recertifications and the application processes, so I do the approving of those for the staff. I am really excited to be here with you all. I understand there's some pressing issues. We're here to address those in a positive manner. We do assure you that we do have a great staff in place. I recently came from the city of Lexington, affordable housing. I have also worked with Kentucky Housing Corporation. So we are focused and we are ready to address everything. It's going to be positive going forward, and we just appreciate you being here. I would like to say thank you to the former property manager, Robin. She was here for quite some time, and you know, anybody that works into affordable housing, you have to give them their praise and their grace. So we do appreciate all those years she put into it, but we're ready to go forward. Okay, thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you, Carlicia. I'd like to take this opportunity now to have Rochelle introduce herself and her team. We do have a full team now, a full staff at Liberty Green. We have tomorrow another meeting at 11, and we will have our full staff here. And this is I know you see a lot of new faces, so we're going to have everybody introduce themselves and their roles that they play in making everything work at Liberty Green. So go ahead, Rochelle.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rochelle Southers. I'm the new property manager. I'm looking forward to working with you all. I understand the concerns. I'm just asking that you give me a little time to work it out. We are working on doing everything in a positive, professional manner, and including getting notices out to you, no surprises. So we are in the process of doing new things for Liberty Green. So we are going to start getting newsletters out effective December to let you know of all the changes that we're getting ready to do. So with that said, I want to introduce my staff.
Hi everybody, I'm Todd. You've seen most of your faces here, maintenance supervisor. We are pretty much fully staffed as far as the maintenance team. We have one more opening for an additional technician, but I have a full crew now. Two groundskeepers, and we have 4 maintenance techs, including myself. So that being said, Damon is our newest maintenance tech. Damon Wells.
I've been here before, so
This is the new assistant manager. I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm new to Louisville. This is my third week. So I come from property management experience, and so I'm just looking forward to hopefully help make this Liberty Green community what it's supposed to be. Okay. So thanks for being here. I appreciate that. And if you have any questions, please see me. You can give me a call.
Miss Marisol.
That's Robin.
Robin Nelson, accounts payable, accounts receivable. Everyone knows who I am.
Charnel.
Hi, I'm Charnel Bradley, and I'm doing leasing at the moment, but I will be transitioning over to recertification. Charnel Bradley.
We also have, I'm sorry, go ahead. She's doing leasing now, but she's going to go into doing recertifications. We also have a new leasing agent. She was not able to be here today. Her name is Terry. She will be doing all the leasing and helping with the front desk. So basically, we're trying to make a change. You see new faces. Like I said, we're working on new procedures. I'm trying to learn Ludwig's way. I've done property management for a long time as well with another property management company. So we are trying to get procedures in place. We're trying to do the right formats. We're making sure recertifications are done correctly and properly. We're just trying to get the office and the maintenance together. So with that said,
Yeah, we'd
we're
like
open
to
up to
open the
questions.
forum for questions. Whoever would like to go first. And may I get your apartment number? Thank you. And then if I may say something before we continue with questions, we also kind of wanted to make our residents aware of our policy on reporting work orders and the process of reporting work orders. And I know you see our teams out all the time fixing things, but we really would like for you to either submit a note or make a phone call to us. And then how our process works is we receive that and it's date stamped once we create that work order. So it tells us when you called, the date you called or reported that work order, and then we do these work orders in the order in which they're received unless there is an emergency. An emergency would be fire, flood, water intrusion, a lockout. If you only have one bathroom, that's also considered an emergency. And so to better give you more information, when we do our newsletter, we're going to kind of just point this out and what our steps are. But we are backlogged, and we know we are really working hard to get our teams in there to get the work orders done as we've received them. So we're in the process of closing some out, and so we're going to also start doing courtesy calls. How are you? And then also when we visit you in your home, we would like for you to sign that work order saying the work is done. Because there's a lot of times when we come in and say you just reported your sink is leaking, but then again, when we're there, something else comes up. And at that time, please take that opportunity to tell our team, and they can write that on the work order, and then we regenerate another work order. So we will have an outline for you in our newsletter to kind of explain that process. Right, you give us the permission. Yes. Perfect. Right, exactly. So that is somewhat our process in a nutshell. So please continue, whoever had a question.
I just want to know about I know you have, like I said, I know you have this time, but I still haven't received the lease from this year. And my new lease is about to come up again, so I'm just trying to see what the process is.
With that said, yes, ma'am, I understand and I know all about it. And when I came on board, that was my mission. Unfortunately, it changed, so it stopped again. So with that said, me and Charnel are going to tackle that. So we're getting ready to start that now to get you guys in. And Marisol, so we can get everybody completed, even if it rolls over to the next year. Regardless, we're going to get it to where it's back on track to where you're doing it 120 days in advance. No, ma'am. Everybody done due diligence. I've seen the packets. I've seen the format that the previous manager had. Technically, that's going to change. You're going to come in, interview with us, so you can do it then, and then come back to sign the lease. Only 2 times. So we're going to start that procedure.
Go ahead.
The codes to get into the building.
Yes, ma'am. So
I've seen men that I know do not live in my building. You walk through there like they live there. Yes. The hallways are filthy and nasty, haven't been cleaned in I don't know when.
ma'am.
I'm sorry.
It's
Another
okay.
thing. Sometimes you come through my building, they done open a blunt and left the cigar stuff on the floor. Those are kids. Right. Okay, whoever it is. Right. But they're using the code to get in. So are you guys going to change the code where we just everybody use their key alone? Sometimes you walk to my building, you could get a contact high. Yes. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so with that said, ma'am, yes, ma'am. We walk the units. I've smelled the smell. We are going to issue lease violations. We have to stay on top of it in order for them to stop doing what they're doing. On top of that, just so you all know, I'm getting bids for approval for security, maybe cameras. Not going to promise that they're going to do it, but we're going to do one or the other to help it. This property is a big, big property. You have so many ways to get in and out. People moving out, leaving their keys with somebody else, or leaving somebody in the units. I've seen it myself, yes ma'am. So yes, either we're going to do something with the codes, or we're going to make it to where it's only a key. But the bad part is, they still give out keys, they still make copies of keys.
Well, nobody has moved out of my building, and it's like a zoo on the weekend. I don't know, everybody has a right to invite whoever they want to
Yes, ma'am.
invite to their party. But when they run up and down the stairs all day long, I can hear the door slam 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because somebody's running in and out, in and out.
Yes, ma'am.
How's that say?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you never know who's sitting in the hallway when you walk out your front door.
Okay.
Yes,
ma'am. Again, that's why we're looking for bids to get some security started ASAP. Yes, ma'am.
And then also to add to that as well, we really want to organize a community watch. So we would like, these are goals that we're trying to set and put in place to show that we also need your help in combating some of these problems. So, and I think if we were, our idea, we want to have resident functions where we can all sit and talk to each other, get to know our new neighbors. We got people moving in and out, and give us all an opportunity just to get to know each other. And so we can start policing these issues in-house, where you feel like you don't have to call the police every time. And once we set that precedence and let our residents and our new residents know, we're not going to stand for this. Right. Yeah. And because of that, we feel, moving forward, we want to involve you in the process and do a neighborhood watch, and all of us start meeting. I think that's really important for all of us.
The thing is, and I'm not trying to tell you all how to do your job, but it's people that drive in the back of my parking lot 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning with their music bumping like they in the club somewhere. Right. And they will get out the car and leave it running and the music still bumping. They park where it says no parking. I had parked my car in one parking spot. This parking spot says no parking, so they can get to the dumpster. I came out, they hit my car, $1,500 for me to get my car fixed. And this was 3 months ago.
Right.
And I paid that out of my pocket.
Right. Well, and I think I believe part of that problem when we have new people moving, or just when we have guests over, they've got to also be respectful to the people that are their neighbors. So when we move people in, we are also interviewing them, saying, look, these are the rules. We can't. You can't pick and choose what rules you want to follow. And when you have guests over, if they don't follow the rules, that falls back on you.
Right.
So we know that there's steps that we can take, and that's what we want to do. We want to introduce people to the lease, let them know what the rules are, and if we have problems, please keep calling, because the only way that we can combat that is getting the notice out and doing our due diligence legally by what the lease says. So we got to follow those rules as well. But I think that will help. That we are committed to letting people know, look, if you're living here, you got to follow the rules. It's not pick and choose what you want to do, and let's be considerate of your neighbors, because you have a right to live here and not deal with what you just explained.
And with that said, ma'am, we have found that a lot of people have moved and still have parking permits, so that's going to be something we're going to have to start over.
Right.
Get new parking tickets, and then have Dave's Towing start patrolling.
And then sometimes on Friday night in my parking lot, it's like you got to fight for a parking space because it's people who come visit people. They park in the back instead of parking in the front. Oh,
right. Yes. Go ahead. Who's that?
All right, so I've been in Liberty Green since 2006. That's when this was first built. Okay, I decided to stay in Liberty Green because I my closet is broke. I can't use my seats. Like, and let's go talk about the same workers that's been there. Let's go talk about the same thing that's been there. I can scrub these walls that are blank. There's nothing else that I can do to wipe my walls there. Absolutely nothing. My closet door upstairs for my laundry room, that's completely broken. And this just wear and tear because I've been there since 2006. But 2 more years, that's 20 years. I've paid for blinds to get fixed. You all tell me I have to pay $10 for a blind. I've sent a $40 money order. Nobody's paying to fix my blind.
So
May I ask a question?
Okay, wait a hold on 1 second. I got the report. Filter. Again, it's just me. So I'm supposed to get a ladder to climb up to change the filter. And so since I can't do that, and it's screwed on so tight, because don't get me wrong, I've tried. It's screwed on so tight, I can't get that. So now it's pitch black. Because I can't do that filter. The one I did, the upstairs, I was able to climb and get it fixed. But the one in my kitchen, I can't do that. That's out of my control. I don't want to strip anything. I don't want to break anything. I don't want damage. So it's like I don't want to move. I like my location, but I'm at my wit's end out here. There's nothing else that I can do out here. And let me bring lights. And I keep calling, and I'm trying to keep calling out here. I don't want to be frustrated. I don't want to come off with an attitude because I feel like if I do, then I should. Right. But we're worried about her like she got last. So I don't have to I'm calling it tact. But it is very frustrating.
no, and we truly appreciate your kindness.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to cut you off. No, you're fine. So then it's kind of like, where do I stand? Because I know that I've been there so long, there's a month-to-month type of thing, which was told to me. But I haven't done this. So I don't know where I stand.
Well, again, I did address that. We know that we're behind. You all did your due diligence. We're going to work deliberately trying to get you in, everybody in, to get that complete. You just got to give us a chance. Unfortunately, I can't change the past. I can only move forward. We have a master plan on the renewals. Now, you also mentioned filters and different work orders. We do have a plan in place. I believe in preventive maintenance. And with that, that's every month, changing the filters, checking the units, checking for bad housekeeping, things like that. So we're going to get that schedule going to do the preventative. With your work orders that you just said, ma'am, if you don't mind to contact me tomorrow so I can get your address, we can get somebody in there, look at that floor, and do what we can now. But I can start getting the contractor or foreign person to look at that week floor.
Well, and the one thing that I want to question, and let's not talk about I see 2 roaches. 2. Like I said, I've been living here since 2006. Never seen a roach like that. And I think I very anal. Like I said, I disrupt them. They off the wall because I'm always wiping walls. And that's why I'm able to keep the same stuff that I've had since 2006 because I'm very anal with my apartment. So again, I've seen 2 roaches. I had to stop the lady. This was about a couple of weeks. About a couple of weeks ago, I had to stop her because I put in a court order about it. She was in one side, and I saw her walking with the working people. Whoever law used, I'm not sure. She was walking with them. So I was like, hey, excuse me, are you maintenance? She was like, no, I'm not maintenance, I'm brown. So I was like, oh, okay. I said, well, are you all spraying units? And she said, yeah. I was like, well, you can't smack. Are you going to come back? She was like, where do you live? And I'm like, right here. She looked. She said, did you call the office? I said, I absolutely did. She said she asked me that I want to be on the list to get my apartment sprayed. And I was like, yes. So she's supposed to put me on the list. So she looked on her list and was like, well, of course you're not on here. But I'll come back once we're here. And she did. She did come back and spray. But it's just those type of things. Like, so I'm sorry. Get off my soapbox. Because I was going to make a point. I left work from to come here. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I will.
I just want to address you personally. I'm sorry that that's the condition of your unit. We are affordable housing, but that does not mean that we have to live like that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And okay, work.
Oh, let me finish. Let me finish. So what I'm going to say to you and to everybody else, my job is compliance. That means I'm going to make sure that you're getting your leases on time. Okay? Because it's going to fall back on me, and I don't like to be behind at all. Okay? That means your recertification, and part of the process at the annual recertification is an inspection. I not only want the maintenance to walk, but I want the manager or assistant manager to see it because it's their responsibility. Okay? You should always see at your annual, and you can call me. I'm going to give you my cell phone number. I may regret it. You may get blocked. I just ask that you don't prank call me. I know about your research. I can tell you, spit it out, what you need and what you don't need. We're going to work through this process. I'm making that promise to you, but you have to be patient. Just a little bit of patience, because I can tell you we're going to do it the right way. I'm by the book. We're going to do it the right way. We're not going to skip from A to C to Z. Previously, it wasn't done correctly. Okay? It wasn't done as it should have been done per HUD regulations, Section 42, okay, of the IRS, that's government tax credit, PHA, under Kentucky Housing, under Louisville Metro. We're going to get it right. But you have to be patient. That needs to be addressed immediately, which you're going to need. And that's going to be done. Okay? We're going to get you, if you would, after the meeting, give us your address. We'll give you a piece of paper. We won't wait until the morning. You're going to write down your work orders tonight. Okay? And we will make sure it's addressed. All I ask is for patience. We are long history of property management. We just didn't start in this yesterday, okay? You have a professional team here that knows what they are doing. Just give us some grace. That's all I ask. Hey, I don't want to sit on the next. I'll give it to you.
Appreciate you. I've been patient with the process, and I've been patient with you all as well. I do have a few things. The reason I don't call, if you haven't heard my name, but I don't call anyone. It's been months since I stopped calling because people have been so rude. Not Miss Robin, there's still here. Other people, I don't have to mention them, but other people are so rude, it's intimidating. I have real issues. So when I call, the last thing I should be feeling like I'm being judged or anything like that. I've been here for about 5 years. I've been consistently putting in orders, and they'll try to talk crazy to me for that. How is it going to get fixed if I can't call you and tell you what's going on? So then I didn't check this when I first moved in. Everything was working properly when I moved in, but over time things wear and tear. I can't do all. I'm not even a destructive person. So for someone to talk to me and then tell me what are you doing? Maybe I'm using cheap, not y'all, but maybe someone using cheap products or something. I don't know, but things happen, and the issues that were occurring were small issues. Like my stove, it was last year I wasn't able to cook for Thanksgiving and Christmas, so they had eventually come back and fix it. It hasn't always been that bad. I will say that it has the least problem. Everything has not always been that bad. I believe up to COVID is when things start falling off, which is understandable. But don't act like it's my fault that things are still not fixed, Then I had another child 2 years ago. She's 2 now. She's running around. And I have neighbors and stuff. I had applied for another unit when we had recertified, and I hadn't heard anything, but I know you all are behind, so that's understandable. But the rudeness, that's not with you. I haven't experienced it. I have caught. But the rudeness, that's something that I shouldn't tolerate. I pay my rent, and I was never late on my rent before COVID. But we had an issue where our light, there was no light in our hallway.
way in my life that doesn't mean that I had to, work harder to pay that off, but I'm trying to help my entire building. This is not just for me and my kids. We have women in this building. We have elder people in this building. So I'm doing my part as a community to like the building and, things like that happen. I hate to put myself out there like that, but those are things that were occurring. And I have a few things. A lot of things that she mentioned, my garbage disposal, which causes nets. So annoying. Not that that's you all's issue, but it makes me feel like I'm not doing something right. My dishwasher doesn't work. It used to, but it doesn't work anymore. So, I don't want to wash all these dishes every day. I got to do the kids. Like, right. I'm not saying that like that's my responsibility, but realistically, I work. I'm a CNA, so Lord, I'm tugging on people. I made the last thing I want to do is come home and do dishes, and I cook too. So, if you cook, no, you have to use pots and pans and stuff like that. So that stuff builds up, and it's making me feel behind. It's like stressful, it's depressing. When you come home, your house is not clean. It's depressing. There's a lot of other things like my life in my kitchen. It's a few things. I will put in the work order with you. I will call. I will do my part, and I just would like for us to continue to be patient and work together. But I am appreciative of you all for trying to come. It's a big mess that you all have to come in.
And then we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you in a second, but I just want to say, just thank you guys. I respect each and every one of you. I know you like being here because a lot of you have been here for some years. So I understand. Some replacements should be done. We're gonna take away at it, okay? See what we can do. No promises that we can do everything, but I will do my due diligence on getting bids, getting approval, and then going from there. So with that said, we do have new maintenance staff. I feel like you guys are really going to be impressed. Again, like it was noted, the manager, assistant manager, whoever's in that office, y'all going to see us out on the grounds. We're checking buildings. We're going in units. We're doing inspections. Let me know if, maintenance is failing. They're going to be, professional as well. I want door hangers left. If you're not home, you're going to know somebody's been in there. All of that. That's what we're going to do.
And then I think just, this is your home. At the end of the day, the bottom line is this is your home. And that is our mindset. This is your home. We're here to make sure you're getting what you need and things are taken care of in your home. And I think before it's like, oh, it's a rental or it's an apartment. No. At the end of the day, this is your home. And that's where our mindset is. Sincerely. Again, and we do.
I did have another comment. I wrote it down. There was damage to cars. There was a lot of damage to my car as well. Like, it was a time maybe I forgot to lock the door. Like I said, I work. So, I believe it was probably homeless because we live in an area like that. Like my backpack was taken. I was in school for a while. My whole backpack was taken. Nothing of that was but it set me back. I had to quit school because of that. Like I had to pay for those books like that. I feel like I'm coming out of pocket for a lot more than just my rent and my bills. Like it's put me in a draining position at this point in time in life. In the holidays and coming up and stuff. Like I said, I'll be patient and work with you. And just be patient and work with you. I have a lot of things that I would like to bring to you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Whoever's first.
I thought you was using the purple one.
No, you had your hand up.
Me?
Yeah, you had yours.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm so exhausted. Geneva Mitchell, I've been here for 12 years. My unit has been addressed. I can't complain about my unit. My unit has had some things resolved. There's a couple concerns like my carpet's been there since I've been here. Todd and I have had conversations because I live right above the maintenance office. So don't come with me, I promise I ain't getting no favoritism. But my carpet has been the same, and they laid me towel, but they didn't seal it, so it's damaged. In my kitchen, so they didn't seal it, but the bathroom towel is great. But my concern is this. We dealt with a big issue of a squatter and someone who wouldn't leave our building had human feces. It was a lot. And you all, Miss Michelle, you know about this because you came at the end of it, Miss Robin, and you all did a great job in combating it, especially after about 6 months of trying to get that person out. But that person is sleeping in our parking lot. This is the concern I have. The concern is that when I get in my car, I am a full-time student and a full-time employee. So when I go out in the morning to go to the gym at 5:30, I can't see them when I'm backing out. And when I'm coming back, they're laying in the middle of the street. Also, when maintenance comes, they have to honk the horn several times to get this person out. We have called the police. The police have been notified. And so it's a safety issue for them, but also for us. I don't want to not be able to see
and hit them back in error. Because I'm backing out of a parking space at a building that I live in, and because the family refuses to intercede. So I don't know what can be done in that. I know this nice lady, I don't know your name, the Ray, she said about the locks on the doors and the keys in the code. Our building code was changed, but many people didn't know the code. They just started using the keys because he's still on the premises and he was breaking into, basically trying to break into the building and into the unit. That is not the rental officer's problem. I mean, it's not, they didn't make that problem. That's a problem they're combating because of the family's neglect of this person. So I'm just saying, I don't know how we can, I know you're saying you have bids for security and all that stuff, but it's just unsafe, especially when you get colder and colder. Last night when I pulled up, he was standing in my parking space. I parked in a certain space over there. Like, it's like, all right, there's not a lot of people who drive in our area, so we just kind of have assigned parking. And I was parked pulling in. I had a honk on her because it was almost like it. So that person has not been violent toward me, but has made comments to make you think that. So now I'm carrying mace, and I'm trying to come out of character. I love Jesus, but I cut somebody, and I'm just trying. I'm just saying I'm trying, but it's just stressful, and that's just because my concern is, and I share that it's some things that I know you all can't come back. I just want to make sure that you all are aware. I was at one point sitting with a cheerleader find over weighted books because he got in the building. I thought he was coming because he's made statements like, "What you gonna do? We're going to the building, go to the second floor." He's made statements like that, so that's threatening. And then you're sleeping, and then then not only are you sleeping, but you're urinating in and defecating in the parking lot, just like you were doing in the hallway. So that's my concern. That's always my concern. I have asked to be moved before, and I was told that I can't move to a different unit. I work unit because I have any children, but I don't have no kids. I got a puppy, so give us 2 bedrooms. But I know, but at this point, I just know I just want the safety part. That's a big security breach, and we do have homeless in the area, but homeless have never dealt with this person in that area. Yeah, I know his mom used to live there, and his mom and sister told the rental office themselves they were not gonna deal with it. Like there was just about 6 or 7 months we dealt with this issue, and we've been I documented, they documented. I just want to make sure y'all know that he's still there, and it's a security breach, and I don't want to be now. And all the teams have the same concern. For some reason, I'm the voice of the building. They keep on saying, "Did you see? Yes, go tell the rental office." But he's there, and he comes as soon as maintenance leaves. He comes. I've seen him, and he lays there.
We gotta
and I have to honk the horn, and I've called police several times, and now they don't even show up anymore. They don't show up anymore, and I'm concerned because it's so cold that with him using it on just so many things, with all that, it's just a health issue for us and for him. So I don't really have. I'm looking forward to the new process and all those things. I get it. It's gonna take probably about another 6 months to get it all together. I get it, but I know that there's things that need to be done. I need carpet. I need towel, but my carpet and towel is not more important than her water. You know what I'm saying? Like I get the reality of what I'm doing. So I have stuff there from 2012, but the main things have been addressed for me, and I'm grateful for that. But I think the property issue, the security, that's just my concern.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I don't know which one was first.
She had her red jacket. Don't she?
In my building, I live in the same building as we. In our building, my concern is the electricity splitting off and on, and it's like a power surge. Because your ceiling fan on and the light on at the same time in my bedroom, the power shoots off. It has blown the light out over top of the washer and dryer in that closet. I smell like electrical wiring burning, like it was in there. I'm scared because I don't hardly use the washer and dryer if I don't have to. I've gone up, like if the kids over top of me, it sounds like they don't even have any rug or something. I don't know, sound like he got brakes on his legs. He's a little bit big. And he's big. When he's running, the towel and stuff is falling. You can hear it falling inside the globe of the ceiling fan. Like, I have a brain injury, and I'm sick quite a bit, but I've called and you can hear over the phone, like you can't even do Zoom calls or anything. You trying to do your job, you can't even do it because I understand it's just like to me it should be like some type of consideration in place, like I don't know, like 4 o'clock in the morning, it shouldn't be there running like that, and then you get up, you can't even see your lights and stuff around. You got to take that box back and forth, and those things are so loose in there, and it pop right back out as soon as you go at the door, and it's I'm just scared it's gonna be an electrical fire within my unit.
What address are you at?
430, same one, 202.
430 Shelby.
Yeah, South Hancock.
430 202.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And in answer to the lady in the back, it's not going to take us 6 to 8 months to get approval. I am told to expedite that immediately. So as soon as I get approval, we're going to have them there. I think that's going to help with this situation, to make them know that somebody's going to be on the property at all times. Period. Yes. Yes, ma'am. So I literally am working on it now to obtain, to get to who I need to get it to get approval. That was number one priority.
We've tried.
I'm glad you said that. Yep. Yes, ma'am. So with that said, yes, ma'am, we had the liaison between LMHA and us, who he was a police officer, correct, who came to see us yesterday. Yes, he did, and we brought up our issues, that to address our issues with him. I have to look into whose lot that is. There's certain what have to be
City
limits. So we have to determine what he's got to do a procedure, depending on if it's the city or right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, like I said, we're working with the LMHA now and the actual officer to see what he can and can't do, but they are aware of what's going on. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna check the pricing to get approval. You think people are dumping? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes, sir.
I'm Heath L. Washington. I live at Unit 302 South Clay Street. Maintenance men might know me. I got two issues. Talk about the lighting, which is true. We got a lighting there inside the dumpster. It's up inside of a tree. It don't even work. It's inside of a tree right there. My neighbor called me. She dumped in the night. I leave in the door in the morning to get back. Like they said, the mailbox is there. It's black. My second issue that I know about this apartment is 302 South Clay Street. That's where the dog is. Bust that unit. I still have roaches and stuff that come from that apartment into mine. They got so bad during the summer, I had to call the health department. I didn't want to do that. Nobody answered my phone calls or nothing. The family came yesterday with a big truckload. Took out the apartment. You gotta see all the feces that was in that apartment. But I appreciate you guys still trying to spray, but we still need to take care of the issue right now. But I took everything out because of mistake. It's not just my apartment, it's next door and downstairs. I still gotta go home and spray for roaches every day. Then I gotta shake my clothes to make sure ain't nothing on. They got to still that bad.
Yes, sir.
It's a major issue. It's a health department. So I can't even bring my grandkids over because it's alcohol, bug. That's how bad it is over there.
Yes, sir.
It's a major health issue.
Yes, sir.
I didn't want to call the health department, but they came and looked at it. I mean, I should know something happened about that. And I want that happen.
Right.
I appreciate y'all take care of it.
Well, thank you. I was gonna say yes, sir.
I'm just saying about the bugs.
Yeah.
Because I have been breaking my brain trying to figure out where everything possibly comes from. But I live near there. So maybe that's where it comes from.
Correct. We're gonna keep those what we have, get them completed, and get you in to sign your lease. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I was responsible for cleaning the air ducts in the apartment. Because like in my small bedroom, there's no air. I know heat coming out of the vents at all. And they told me that it was just the way it was circulated or something, but it seems like nothing, it hasn't been cleaned. It's never been cleaned since I've been there, and I've been there 11 years. So it's never been cleaned, but I was always told that it was the tenant's responsibility to clean that out. But nobody's never came, and then, like I said, when you address the issue, how is the tenant's responsibility? It's the tenant's responsibility, and nothing being done. So, like I said, my son's room is extremely hot in the summertime, and even if you got the air on super cold, that room is extremely hot, and in the winter, it's extremely cold. It's the total opposite, and it's nothing that you can do. I mean, I don't know what else to do.
Let me look into that, and I'll get back with you. Okay.
One second. So, if I may, we do have a process. It's called a reasonable accommodation, and it's paperwork that you fill out with your request, what you'd like for us to do, and we process that through compliance. Well, we send it to Rose. She copies.
We shouldn't have to do that for hay-rails.
Well, but we've always done that, but we do have a process, and we can do that for you.
Soon.
Yeah. Please share your address with us at the end of the meeting, because we may have to get by them, and that's not a problem.
Do you have a handheld shower also? Okay. What about the rails around your toilet? You need those. What about any extra rails to get into the shower? We got you. We got you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Stacey Spurlin. I'm the newly elected president of Resident Council of Louisville Green, and I have other council members here. For you all, what I'm saying here for, first of all, if you all can get a letter, if you can't take in the mail, we will have one, we will address you all, meeting the residents. Well, first of all, what I'm coming here for is because me as a president, not only just for the president, but as a resident, just recently, since people with new management and stuff like that, I want to address a situation that I had a problem with calling emergency maintenance at one time. What it was, my sink was bubbling over because you all have everything piped all together. So my sink was bubbling over, and for me, that's an emergency because if that water hits that floor, somebody falls, then that's an issue. So what it was, my water was bubbling. I called emergency maintenance the first time when they hung up. I called again. So then did nobody answer. So I called Miss Laverne. I called her to ask her to do a three-way. They picked up the phone. So when they picked up the phone, I asked them, I said, so what's the reason why I'm just now getting a call when I just called you all first? But yet you hung up the phone. Then the next time you didn't answer the phone. So I had to do a three-way. So when they answered, I told them, I said, the only reason I'm calling you all is because I have an issue. An issue with the water starting to bubble before it hits the floor. So that was at 1:44 that day. So we made 4 or 5 more calls even after that to see when the maintenance was going to get there. Then my issue was whether maintenance would be on their way. So somewhere between 1:44 p.m. to 9 o'clock is the last call I think I made, or after that, at 9:40 something or whatever it was at that time, I got a call. That by that time, here I am, stuff spilling over the sink, over the floor, or whatever else coming off over my floor. Here I am, have to use every one of my tiles and plus some. Call even a person, neighbors to come over to help me bucket this stuff out. Because I'm disabled too, even though I might not look like what I've been through, but I'm disabled too. So I'm just saying, what I'm wondering with, and then they said, well, they contacted, they on their way. They keep saying they on their way. They been there. No, that's a story. Because if I wasn't at home, I had my neighbor sit there while I had to run to the store real quick. So did nobody ever come to my house until that time? Until actually then Mr. Todd was nice enough to come out his busy schedule to actually come to my sink to think I think it was after 10, whatever time he got the notice found the last time. Because what I told him, I said, if I don't get anything from that, I'm gonna call Mr. Anthony or Amber myself personally to get something done. Because there's no reason when you sit there trying to address the situation, why work harder, work smarter? So my situation, that's one of the situations. Another situation I have is with the homeless, like you said, with the homeless, where they sit there, those big trees that you all have around there, where you have people sleeping up under the trees, scaring the crap out of them. Not only that, like I said, at one time we had our door where it was open, where people running there, people feces. I can relate with that, where they peeing in the hallway. Not only one time, I could have probably got raped one time. We had some teenagers have to come out my door, they scared the crap out of me. Who you feeling? Oh, they couldn't even say who it was. They were just in the building. Then just recently, I asked about a light being fixed. Was out there, like you said, where it's so dark out there. Not only me as the seniors and everybody thinks we got people that's handicapped in our building, one in a wheelchair and different things like that. We have people with kids and everything. When it's dark out there, and as females in general, not only talk about the males, but the females in general, that have sit there and try to come out there. So family, yesterday, or day before yesterday, I finally got a light. After, when I called for a light, when as soon as we go out, but yes, I'm the problem. No, the problem is because I used to run apartments. So for me, when I see a problem, I try to address it. If it's something small, why make it bigger at the end? So I try to solve the issue when it addresses at that end. So for me, when I'm calling, I'm not calling to be a problem. I'm calling to try to solve the problem. If we work together, things can work smoothly. And then another thing, like you said with the dumpster, you have these homeless people like one time come out with a machete. So think about that mentally, not ready. So here I am. I didn't know what to do. I go back up. I couldn't run because it just startled me. So when you say the security, yes, we need that security. Not only for me, but for all residents. I want to feel safe at home. I want to feel there because my husband just died this May. The same time y'all had this first meeting that I wanted to be in. And for me to deal not only with that, as well as him dealing with that stuff that he dealt with and all this stuff, all the way up to this point. And I'm really shocked because I've learned people live here even from longer than I've been here that had these issues and stuff from even a toilet bowl handle or something simple that could be addressed. So where's the real problem, what I'm asking? Whether you have the old staff or the new staff, what are we going to do today? Is what I want to know, what we really going to do today.
Well, I think we've already addressed that. I mean, you know, we need a list. We're going to start with her for sure, and get a list of items that need to be fixed. We have how many units here? Okay, we're dealing with a lot of issues. We know this. We're aware, and I'm so sorry that you have to deal with it. We're all sorry. We don't want you all to live like this. We don't. But it's going to take all of us. It's going to take us going in. We may not be able to fix everything in your unit today because we have to go to her unit, or we have to take care of the roach infestation, which is a health and safety issue.
Right.
Okay?
Communication.
Communication is the key with all of us. But it's how we communicate, whether it comes from them, us, or whether it comes from you. We're all human, and we're going to treat each other as humans. And I'm sorry for whoever was talked to unprofessionally. That shouldn't happen. You shouldn't get hang-ups. That's not how we're going to operate going forward. Just bear with us. Bear with us. I get it. We all get it. I've been in this business for 28 years. I've seen it all. I've done it all. I've gone from the office, y'all, and cut down bushes, okay? When the maintenance guys were too busy. I don't care. I do compliance, but I don't care if I'm having a slow day to come out here and clean an apartment, to clean a hallway. I could even change light bulbs, believe it or not. I could do that for you. I don't care. This staff does not care to get dirty. We will do it. You're going to see a difference. I promise you.
Hold on, I got the floor. Another thing, like I said, we're working on this together. I don't want your actions or words to speak. I need your actions to speak for you. Because we've been told so much over the years. And like you said, I can go verbatim.
The thing of it is, we've been talking over and over and over like a recording of a record, spinning around in circles, and nothing getting done. So now I'm saying, from this day forward, if you all are saying that your action, the words that you're speaking out of your mouth, because I'm old school, your word is my bond. So you tell me something, I'm holding you accountable. So I'm holding you accountable. Back it up. Okay. I just want to say one more thing. If you didn't get a letter from the council members, we have letters outside also. So that's all. And if there's anything I missed, and I appreciate, one more thing. If you need to call me, I don't care, anytime, 24 hours, I will return your call. You can take my number. I will do that. I have people here that witness that. I will call you back. I will call you back. But it's not our issue. But if you need somebody to talk to express those issues of things that's not getting done, I can hear you. I can hear you be a voice calling. It's a number on that letter also that you can address on those letters if you didn't get any letters.
Well, this one right here.
Go ahead.
We're going to take 2 more questions, and then I'll invite you back tomorrow from 11 to 12 if we missed anybody this evening. But go ahead, please. We're going to take 2 more questions.
Okay, so my issue is about them, like they say, I'm going back to the parking issue. I got other issues that I want to work with, but Tom has this little job, I'm not going to knock them today. But I still got major issues. I just saw for he's like 5 people. Doesn't take away from Ty. He did an excellent job. He did a good job. But my issue is still with the court case because I was promised by Rosemary that, and he knows that everything else on the floor was gonna be done. I did work from home. Now I just stepped back into the office set. Okay. My second issue, even though we are getting new stickers for the cars to update everything, is there any way that we can get a parking pass for our visitors? Because Louisville takes up so much during the work day. Some of us do have off days who deserve vacation. Is there any way I can give my person that's coming to visit me a parking space so they won't get told to stick in their car for visiting me at that time? I'm not saying overnight. It's just a visit, just to come, and I can take it away from them so it won't crowd even because we can't park on the street because you'll be taking over.
Like a hanger?
Yeah, like something to hang, okay? And also, because sometimes our cars break down and they be gone, and we gotta, I gotta borrow my mom's car. So that'll be good so I can hang into my car so there won't be no issues. Because last time when we first did started, back then in 2010 when I first started, Liberty Green did a good job. So there was assessors coming in all the time from my apartment. Sometimes I think it's because the maintenance was one of the things they wasn't supposed to do. Okay? But they kept up my apartment. They came when I called. That was then. And it was only a 2-year span when they did it. Afterwards, it was like a shithole, excuse my language. Okay? And I also did work for myself, like I addressed in the first meeting in May. And I addressed it with side too. I still need my apartments to be updated. I'm willing to pay my own if I have to. I've been here over since 2010, like I said. I already paid for it before they get done. Okay? And my earnups, I got receipts still. I keep all my receipts, even back from 2010. Because if anybody say anything about these certifications and everything, I have all my paperwork. To back everything up. I just want speed bumps on our street if we can. I don't know if it's a city issue or you all's issue. We did have speed bumps when I first started, but I would prefer them back in the parking lot, and I would love them on the streets. Because when people come flying from Doska, thinking it's a race in our street and we got kids, I know our neighbors. We do pick up around us. Sometimes our house is not in order every time we do work, and we human. We don't know what y'all do with person either. But speed bumps, those tickets that we can give to our, this little parking pass, that'll be respectful. If a letter can go to U of L, personally, I done called U of L twice to have them. We have signs in our thing saying resident parking only, and they still park. Just respect us as people.
I have, just to speak on that quick, I do have a contact there that I've been working with over the last 2 weeks, so we are reaching back out.
I respect that. And if y'all can let us know stuff like that, because I don't want to keep on bringing up the same issue. I am willing to work, and I'm willing to do my job too. But I gotta see it to believe it. And I'm willing to keep up my upkeep of my bargain, because I do respect where I live at. But I'm glad I got rid of some of them people that was hard. Okay? And Ms. Robin, you have been always nice to me, so I respect you too. To me. But so far, I'm okay. But I'm going to still keep fighting for my issue until they get resolved. Because I'm a hard working woman. I got children too. We deserve to live somewhere that's clean. And it does take everybody around us to keep fighting to make sure y'all stay on y'all toes. What we gonna do, what we gotta do on our toes. Where we live at nights too. Nobody wanna live nowhere trashy. At all. Nobody does. And even if somebody got low income market or not paying anything at all, as long as they respecting their neighbors, keeping up what they need to do, we're gonna keep on fighting until it gets good.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And please, we will be here again tomorrow, 11 to 12. Please come back if you missed some questions and come and see us. Thank you. Oh, Miss Beavis.
Alright, y'all. Live here at Liberty Green Community Center. press conference about to happen outside with Louisville Tenants Union, so we're going to go ahead and drop this live for now and go and check that out. I appreciate y'all. Stay strong, stay safe.